Yo, man, how y'all doing? It's Jay chilling in the building, baby. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, come to the ninth floor so y'all can learn game the right way. And today, we are going to be reacting to the greatest CIA agent of all time. Y'all have been seeing bro go viral on TikTok. His name is John Kiriakou. Okay? So apparently, bro was thrown into jail for whistleblowing on the CIA. And now that he's out, I believe he just be telling his stories about his time in the CIA. Let's see what the CIA be up to. Let me make sure I'm at the right spot. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's get it.
I did dozens of interrogations when I was in Pakistan, and I was always the good cop. It was always easier for me, more natural. And the Pakistanis, because it was their country and their rules are different than ours, they could be the bad cop. So the very first interrogation I did was of a Jordanian prisoner. They brought him in and we chained him to an eye bolt in the table, and I said, I'm from the American government and I want to ask you some questions. And he says, very well. Then I laid out a map of the Afghan-Pakistan border and I told him with his finger to show me exactly how he crossed the border. We knew how they were crossing the border. We called them rat lines. We knew where the rat lines were, but he told me the truth. And I thought, you know what, this actually works. And so brought in the next prisoner. Now there were some that had read the Al-Qaeda training manual, not knowing that I had also read it. And so they're like, you know, they pretend.
Yo, bro got a little bit excited. Yo, bro looks a little bit, he looked like he about to say the evilest shit
ever.
ever.
They just fall off the chair. And you're just sitting there, and then like they're laying on the ground, they open one eye, and you're like, get back on the chair. What's the matter with you? And then they get up back and sit on the chair, and then they go, like this stomach pain, and you're like, buddy, I read the Al-Qaeda training manual. I know all the different things you're going to try to do. And then they just won't answer any questions. So we send them back to the jail. The ones that were cooperative, for the most part, ended up being released. Some were held for a while in Pakistan, then they were expelled, sent back to their home country. But the ones who were uncooperative from Pakistan went to Guantanamo. My conversations with Abu Zubaydah were generally not substantive. After 56 hours, the CIA sent in a private jet with a trauma surgeon from Johns Hopkins University Medical Center. He flew out to the base. They picked up Abu Zubaydah and they took him to the first of about a half a dozen secret sites. They took him all over the world.
And you see, bro, you got to think about that. They took him to 6 different secret sites that are just around the world, right? To torture him, to get information out of him. Now, if he's an enemy of our government, he should have been caught. But it's crazy that like they can do this shit and like I've always been so confused about like how people react to classified stuff and stuff like that, right? Because I feel like that's why in my other Epstein video I said nothing's gonna happen, because I feel like it's like if they just make it classified or they just make it secret, what the fuck happens then? What the fuck can we do about it? If they classify documents, they can declassify them, yeah, but if they decide not to, what the fuck can we do about it? You know what I'm saying? Because even if they feel like we're gonna come and like steal the documents, they could just get rid of the documents. Like shit like this is always scary because every government is like this. It's not just America. Every government has like a secret sect where they do secret illegal shit and just pray nobody else finds out about it.
Just to make sure that the flight couldn't be traced. So he arrived at the secret site and was given 6 weeks to recover from his gunshot wounds. And so after 6 weeks, he was well enough to be interrogated. So an FBI agent by the name of Ali Soufan began interrogating him in that FBI way, where you treat people with respect and establish this rapport. Maybe you offer him a cigarette or an orange or a cup of tea, or if he's really, really helpful, you let him write a letter to his parents or whatever. And sometimes that takes days, weeks, months, whatever, but they always open up. And sure enough, it took a little while, a number of weeks, but Abu Zubaydah started to open up. And everything that he gave Ali was true. And it was actionable. For example, we didn't have any idea what the Al-Qaeda wiring diagram looked like. This sounds nuts now, but in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, we didn't know what this Al-Qaeda really was. The other thing he told us was even more important. So Abu Zubaydah told us about Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. We had never heard the name before, and we were able to focus all of our counterterrorism assets just to find Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. And we found him. It took us another year.
I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all leave comments down below. How long do y'all think y'all could get tortured before y'all gave up information? Like, how long do y'all think y'all could sit in like in a CIA black site before like you're like, you know what, let me just give up the information? Because for me, it's like if I'm getting tortured, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Depending on the type of torture, I got a good hour in me. I'm not gonna lie. If the motherfuckers start off right away just like beating my ass, bro, like if they beat my ass for an hour, like just punch me in the face, fucking me up for an hour, bro, like I'm good. I'm snitching, bro. Cause like what the hell? Now if they waterboard me, 15 seconds. 15 seconds, I'm giving up. There's no point, bro. What am I fighting for, bro? If they waterboard me for 15 seconds straight, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Get me out of here, bro. I'll join y'all team or some shit. But like depending on the method of torture, depends. Like just getting beaten up, I think I could survive an hour of just getting my ass whooped. It'll hurt. I'll be mad as hell. It'll hurt, but yeah. But like if it's on the side of waterboarding, I'm good. I'm out in 15. I'm out in 15
But we
seconds.
found him. 9/11 was still an open, fresh criminal investigation, and so, you know, the FBI needed to be interrogating these prisoners. And the CIA resented that we were overseas and the FBI was in charge of the interrogation, because the traditional relationship is that the CIA is always in charge overseas. The CIA insisted that it be them. And so the CIA was not willing to be patient. They picked up Abu Zubaydah and they took him to the first of about a half a dozen secret sites where he underwent merciless torture. And we have nothing to show for it. Torture is the worst possible interrogation technique. It does not work. Yes, eventually the prisoner is going to tell you what you want to know or what he thinks you want to hear. But there's so much garbage that's thrown in with that. It's going to take your analysts months to pour through the information to see what's real, what's not real. And by then, you know, the bomb has already gone off.
I think about that too. Like, if I just gave, like, I guess it depends how fast they release you. Because what if I just gave you some bullshit and then like do y'all come back and like find me and kill me? Or like, how does that work? Because if you waterboard me, I will literally tell you whatever on this planet you need to hear. Whatever you want to hear, I'll tell you. I don't care. I'll whatever you want to hear, I'll tell you. But if you think the information is wrong, do y'all just keep torturing me, or like how does that work?
Or the operation has already taken place, and you know you've just cost more American lives. Torture is not appropriate under any circumstances. We caught a guy in Pakistan, and we sent him off to be tortured. And I start getting these hair on fire cables from the secret site saying, here's an address in Quetta. It's the big Al-Qaeda safe house. You have to go raid it. And we bust down the door in the middle of the night, and it's just some old lady living in her house. Then we get another hair on fire cable saying, there's a weapons cache, and it's buried next to this building in Peshawar, and here's the address. And we go, and it's a shish kebab restaurant. And we've got...
But it's like, no, literally though, you would think after like they tell you wrong information once after you waterboard them, you'd probably be like, maybe we shouldn't keep drowning these guys for information. You would think that after a while, because I think the only type of, and this is gonna sound messed up, I think the only type of torture that could potentially work is what, no, waterboarding is like physical torture. Is maybe psychological, I don't know. I agree with bro. I don't think torture in general does work, but if you're gonna do any type of torture, I don't think drowning somebody is the best way to get them to give up information. Good information.
You know, metal detectors and ground penetrating radar, and there's nothing buried there at all. The Senate Select Committee on Intelligence majority staff decided to do a complete and comprehensive study on the CIA's torture program, which of course the CIA called enhanced interrogation techniques. They ended up writing a 5,000-page report that is so damning and so highly classified that all that was released was a very heavily redacted copy of the 500-page executive summary of the report. And so the CIA essentially admits that it came up with a torture program, it paid handsomely for the torture program.
Damn, over 300 mil to torture people? Jesus. And this is what I was talking about before. Like, I don't understand the point of releasing documents if the documents are just gonna get released so redacted, you don't get any information anyway. That's why I don't understand the Epstein files. That's why I don't understand the CIA documents and stuff. Like, if you tell somebody, yo, you got to drop these because the people want to see them, but then those people are like, okay, we'll drop them, but we're going to remove all the information out of them. It's like, what's the point of dropping them? It doesn't change anything. Like with Operation Paperclip with the MK Ultra stuff, like, yeah, you showed these documents, but now what? Nothing changes. Nothing is different. You could still be doing the same thing under a different name. Nothing changes because you're releasing stuff without information to let us know, okay, if we see so-and-so doing something, they're probably doing the same thing again. It's so stupid to me. I don't get it.
It implemented the torture program. When I returned from Pakistan, I was asked by a CTC colleague if I wanted to be, his words, certified in the use of enhanced interrogation techniques. I had never heard that term before. So I said, that sounds like a torture program. He said, it's not a torture program. DOJ approved it and the president signed it. I said, this is a torture program and I don't want anything to do with it. I was the only one who said no.
So this isn't a torture program. We're just going to beat the shit out of people and like fake drowning, bro. Nothing too crazy. And the fact that he was the only one that didn't want to sign off on it shows that, like, I think innately a lot of like men want to torture somebody. Because if according to what bro's explaining was their torture program, that means the majority of these dudes read that. It was like, oh, hell yeah, sign me up. I want to do that to somebody. Because you have to get certified in it. Because if they call you to do it, then you'll do it, right? So that means each of them wanted a chance to go ahead and torture somebody except for this guy.
Conversation about torture bothered me very deeply. And then I got passed over for promotion. I just captured Abu Zubaydah with these two hands. And we still thought at the time he was the number 3. And I got passed over for promotion. I went into my boss's office. I was screaming. And he said, in your promotion panel, the director said that you displayed a shocking lack of commitment to counterterrorism. I said, because I won't torture people. Well, I was also friendly with the deputy director of the CIA. And he came up to me. He came up to me one day and he said, he goes like this, your name wasn't on the list. I said, you believe it? And he promoted me with the stroke of a pen, which was incredibly generous. And then I went on to my next assignment.
That's some real nigga shit, man. Like, as I get older, I'm starting to realize, man, like, you just gotta be sociable and you'll get opportunities you never have believed in your life. It seems hard, it seems stressful, but like just being sociable, being friendly. Look, bro captured a big terrorist, and because he didn't want to torture people, right? He got skipped over for promotion. But because he was cooler with his boss's boss than he was with his boss, he got his promotion. There's a lesson in there, man.
After that, resigned from the CIA a year later, went into the private sector. And I thought, you know, this torture program is so wrong and so illegal. Somebody's going to say something to the media. And nobody did. And then in December of 2007, ABC News called me. I had never spoken to a journalist before. He had a source who said that I had tortured Abu Zubaydah. I said, absolutely untrue. I was the only person who was kind to Abu Zubaydah. I'll give you your interview. And so we met up at ABC News studios in Washington. I said that the CIA was torturing its prisoners. I said that torture was the official policy of the U.S. government. It was not the result of a rogue. And I said that the policy had been personally approved by the president. I am very sorry to tell you that Abu Zubaydah is still in Guantanamo today. This is a man who has been in American custody now for almost 24 years.
Jesus Christ, bro. Just getting his ass whooped for 24 years, bro. Bro, and the crazy thing is I literally hear him scream like this every day for 24 years, and Allah can't save him, bro. And they won't kill him either. That's the fucked up part, bro. Like, I know bro just want to go home to either to the other side or back home, but bro, for 24 years, just because you know stuff, bro, you're just getting your ass beat every single fucking day. Like, I would hate that, bro. He's probably giving up all the information that he has too, but they're not gonna let him go just because they want to keep beating his ass, bro. That's absolutely insane, bro. That's crazy. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man. Y'all should actually go watch this full interview. This John dude is actually like super funny and his stories are really interesting. Y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, come to the ninth floor so y'all can learn game the right way. I'm out this joint, man. Peace.